Well, good morning, everybody, and welcome back to the back porch. Been a while since I've been here with you on one of these daily video devos. Hey, we were talking this weekend about faithfulness, and in Psalm 37:3 it says, cultivate faithfulness. But how do you cultivate faithfulness in your life when it just doesn't seem to be valued in our world anymore, right? We've been saying how countercultural most of these aspects of the fruit of the Spirit are. And faithfulness may just be the most countercultural of them all. We live in a world where people no longer have loyalty or commitment or faithfulness as a value. So how do I cultivate faithfulness? Well, I think one way to cultivate faithfulness is to think of faithful role models. I think of men and women I've known in my life who've been examples of faithfulness, and I also think of men and women of God that I've read about. For example, and I hope this inspires you to faithfulness today, when I think of a faithful person, I think of a very famous missionary named Hudson Taylor. He was a missionary in the 1860s, and let me tell you part of his story. As a teenager, Hudson Taylor decided he didn't believe anymore. He moved away from the faith of his parents. He actually became a bad influence. He grudgingly started medical school, but he was aimless. And then when he's 21 years old, Hudson Taylor has a life change. He decides, I am going to commit my life to Christ. He says, God, use me. I want to be faithful to you. And he feels called to go to China to bring medical assistance and to spread his newfound faith. And Hudson Taylor ends up spending 51 years in China. He starts 125 schools. He influences 18,000 Chinese people to commit their lives to Jesus Christ. Hudson Taylor survives all of his medical supplies being destroyed in a fire. He survives being robbed of all his possessions. He survives an attempted murder. He himself is practically paralyzed after an accident. So my question is, how does he have such faithfulness, such endurance? Well, he has decided in his heart that he just is going to remain committed to Jesus Christ. Listen to this great quote. He said, if I had 1,000 pounds, in other words, the English money, 1,000 pounds, they would all go to China. If I had 1,000 lives, China would have them all. And then he says, no, not China, but Christ. Can we do too much for him? Can we do enough for such a precious Savior? And I love that quote because it has an important key to the huge question, how do I keep my faithfulness from becoming all about my effort? It's when I remember it's about Jesus Christ's faithfulness to me. He already loves me unconditionally. He already gave his all to me. He died on the cross for my sins. And his faithfulness to me is not based on my performance to any degree. And when I see his faithfulness to me, that is when my faithfulness to him grows. See, I want to clarify something. Biblical faithfulness is not about trying harder. It's not about psyching yourself up with, I can do it. I won't give up. I'm the man. I'm awesome. I'm going to do great things. No, it's about believing God is the God. It's about believing God is awesome. It's about believing God does great things. Like Psalm 36:5 says, your love, O Lord, reaches to the heavens. Your faithfulness stretches to the skies. When you dwell on God's unconditional faithfulness to you, that's when you are going to go on to be inspired to be faithful yourself. God bless. You think of that, I know you're going to have a great day.